As ITV1 continues to celebrate the 30th birthday of the Prince's Trust, we go up close with the Prince of Wales later at 5.
Every year, the Prince's Trust, with the support of RBS, helps young people improve their communities. Make it happen.
Your Royal Highness, congratulations on 30 years of the Prince's Trust.
You're very kind, thank you very much.
Tell us how...
I can't believe it is 30 years. Do you know that
30
thing?
years?
It is rather worrying. But I'm still alive.
Tell us about the different ways the Trust supports young people all over the UK.
Well, as I say, over 30 years, we've tried to find ways, meeting the particular needs and challenges that people face, and really aim to try and bring out people's best talents and potential. Because I think a lot of people, that the talent is buried and has never been brought out. And everybody has something, I think. And it's just that business of giving them self-confidence and self-esteem. And funny enough, when you do that, it gives people enormous encouragement and motivation. Suddenly they realise they can do things that they never thought they could. And so many people face difficult situations and come from difficult backgrounds, and they get into a shell and can't communicate. And I find some of the programs we've started for people just helps to develop their abilities, and suddenly, particularly people who've been offenders, for instance, again, their lives can be completely transformed. Much to everybody's amazement.
Just helps kickstart their lives. And...
So all it is, I think, is an investment in the future. And that, has grown and grown now. So 66,000 businesses we've started in the last 20-something years, which is quite encouraging, really. And some of them are doing really well. There was one the other day who we started 20 years ago exactly, in 1986. And they started with £1,000 in their grandmother's attic.
Really?
And they're now turning over £30 million a year. And they've got offices, in Los Angeles and New York and...
Brilliant.
London. They are fantastic. It's called Attic.
Right.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, you must be. William, Harry, do you feel as strongly as your father does about the Trust?
Yeah, definitely. We both dipped in a little bit with the Prince's Trust and helped out where we can, and visited a few projects and programmes. And it'd be nice in the future we both get a bit more involved in it and help out, but he's doing a pretty good job at the moment, so there's no room for the two spare.
Let him carry on.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you find on these trips that you can often get more nervous than the people you're visiting? As members of the
Try not to be.
You try not to be.
Well, no, because yesterday, because you turn up, everyone's sort of cold, and it's really hard to.
Because everybody's quite nervous. I presume,
everyone's
you guys
nervous.
Are turning up. And...
But then you're expected to ask the questions and make the conversation, and then even more nervous. They just sit there going, and you'd be lucky to get a yes or no.
Yeah.
Then eventually, just as everyone starts to relax, you get into a conversation, then you have to leave.
But the fun would then be to come back, you see, and if you came back again, I dare say it'd be much better.
Yes, of course.
They've got used to you. But a lot of it is involved in trying to put people at their ease. And, because they obviously, it's thinking about it, and they have vague ideas about what you might be like or whatever. So you have to try and encourage them. It's not quite as terrifying or awful or whatever as they thought.
Yes.
And once you've got over that, perhaps you can then start to make a difference.
Now, the media nowadays often tends to demonise young people, and with terms like hoodies and thugs and things like that. They're all myths that the Trust has tried to dispel as well.
Exactly. But again, it's very easy, isn't it, to create stereotypes, which is what happens a lot, unfortunately, I think. I just know that there are a lot of people who appear like that, but underneath it all are actually uncertain and unsure of themselves and perhaps insecure. And as I say, all it needs a lot of the time is to provide them with motivation and self-esteem. And suddenly they are transformed.
It's real life testimonies. They're the best.
I can jump up and down and shout and scream, but who's
Yeah.
paying attention to me? But the people, I know. Thank you very much. But you know, they make a real difference.
Yeah.
And the stories they tell, you can't believe the horrors some people have been through. You know, abuse and every kind of horror. But the fact that these characters can overcome it, if we can help them overcome these real challenges and awfulnesses in their lives, you really can make a difference. And then to see them get on and do marvellous things in their life and help other people is really special, I think.
How important are William and Harry of keeping you in touch with what's relevant today and what's in fashion?
Right. I'm sure they think they're very important. No, I do. I mean, they are very good at keeping me in touch with what's going on a bit. And particularly on the sort of music front and things like that. I can't keep up with all the different new bands and everything else that bob up on the scene.
One you did miss was PJ and Duncan. They were very good.
No, they were.
When I was at school,
Sir, they were brilliant.
Definitely. That's those
They
two.
were. we had a very brief music career a few years ago.
Very
life. Very brief, yes. Thank you very much,
I
Harry.
don't talk about it very much.
We do have some albums, though, for you afterwards.
Excellent.
Do you have quite similar music tastes, the two of you, or are you quite different in taste of music?
We're quite similar.
Varies a bit.
I'd say his was pretty shocking, but mine was quite
really?
good. But apart from that, we tend to like pretty much the same music.
Yeah. And last time we spoke, sir, you were saying that you're a classical music fan and a jazz fan.
Yeah, I am, brother.
Yeah.
I tell you, I also think he's wonderful. There's a chap called Leonard Cohen. Do you know?
Is he a jazz player?
No, not really, but he's a remarkable. He has the most wonderful. I mean, the orchestration is fantastic, and the lyrics and everything. He's a remarkable man, but he has this incredibly sort of laid-back, gravelly voice. It's terrific stuff, I think. Now, I enjoy the jazz and everything else, but these two, so you play this stuff, and I'm sitting there going, downstairs somewhere, it's a whole place.
It's just like houses up and down the country.
Yeah.
Turn that racket down. Yeah.
And you've had, obviously, quite a few run-ins over the years with the Spice Girls as well.
Yeah.
They were great ambassadors for the Trust, weren't
Marvellous. Yeah, they were terrific, they really were. And great fun, anyway, you know. And, you know, it was all really Phil Collins. It was his fault, really. Phil's been wonderful because he has been a fantastic supporter. And he said to me once, you know, what you need is more characters to help. So I said, really? Well, where can we? Anyway, since then we've recruited, what is it now, 318 ambassadors.
Would you say you have any favourite ambassadors, sir?
What can I say?
Spare our blushes, please.
But I'm enormously grateful because then a lot of them spend a lot of time give up their time to help with the Trust.
Yeah.
And they do motivate and inspire.
Yeah.
So it's terrific.
And one of the schemes that we touched on before that the Trust runs, there's lots of music schemes, and the music schemes help a lot of different bands who are struggling to whether finding money or rehearsing anywhere. One of the bands that the Trust did help was Journey South. Did you see that?
I heard about it, yeah. I didn't watch that particular X Factor, but I think Harry probably watched most of it.
I saw a couple.
You see that? But
I'm not going to admit to watching.
But they've done really well. And if it wasn't for the Trust, they were in debt. They couldn't afford to buy any more equipment. But when they did, when they got a grant,
and now I think their album's out. I think it's gone gold or platinum or something. And you know, if it wasn't for the Trust, those guys wouldn't be there. So it's something to be proud of, isn't it?
Well, I think so, and I hope we can go on doing that. You know, but as I say, it is a struggle raising all the money to do it all, and you know, we rely on these concerts and you know, incredibly generous donors who fortunately see the point. I think because again, I think they see that it's worth investing, and I think particularly the business program. I think people like the idea of supporting businesses which are going to do better and better.
Yeah. So Harry, you mentioned you watched the X Factor. Did you used to watch Pop Idol as well? Because you know, I would say out of the two, the better shot.
I don't know, he won't admit it, but we did both watch it, especially the American Pop Idol.
Oh, well,
that wasn't so good, that
No,
one.
we didn't watch that one.
But the cutouts were so good.
Yeah, the auditions.
Yeah, but if you're watching anything else, then I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I can highly recommend it.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder why.
I wonder why.
But we are looking for contestants for the next series of I'm a Celebrity, and So if,
you know, chuck Simon Cowell there with his high waist.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
That's a great idea. I think you'd go for
but
it.
do you try out all these things before you do?
No.
You don't eat all these disgusting things.
No, maybe they should do.
I once tried some of the green ants, which it's quite a... They're the first plate that they eat.
A quiet taste.
Yeah. They taste kind of citrusy. Apparently you just bite the bottom of them and you spit the heads out. So they're not too bad, but I wouldn't try any of the eyeballs or...
Have you tried a witchetty grub?
No.
Oh, they look so nasty.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm glad we're hosting it. No trials for us.
There'll be plans in the future. Sure.
Have you guys got the same sense of humour? Do you watch the same comedy programmes?
Yeah, we tend to do most of the same sort of... Yeah, we like the same sort of things. Although there's usually an argument over the remote control at home, about who watches what.
Really?
That usually goes on for quite a while.
Friends is always a safe bet.
Yeah. Now, the Trust is also... it's involved in, like you say, in music and sport. It's also involved in film as well, isn't it? And helping people in film. You must have met so many film stars over the years. Are there any that stand out? Any that you got starstruck by, maybe?
But apart from yourselves?
Well, apart from present company excluded.
Well, they are now film stars as well. So.
Well, I was going to mention that. Thanks for bringing that up.
That's all right.
I tell you, but Ben Elton has been marvellous, actually.
Right.
Hugely encouraging, but also, I mean, Stephen Fry is a wonderful supporter. He really is.
Yeah.
And Rowan Atkinson and
Emma Thompson.
Yes, and Emma Thompson and so on. And, Al Pacino's been marvellous.
Has he? Wow, a hero of mine.
He is, isn't he? He's a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
great
he's amazing.
Every year, the Prince's Trust, with the support of RBS, helps young people find new directions. Make it happen.
The Trust is also linked very closely to sport and football in particular, and you've spent your time going up and down the country and visiting football clubs. Could you tell us a couple of the schemes that the Trust is involved with?
We got the Premier League and the Professional Football Association, who've been wonderful again, and helped us most generously. And I've been to Arsenal and Liverpool football clubs, and they've been terrific in helping this whole scheme. And a lot of young, I mean, something like 11,000 now, I think, have come in through the football schemes, which means that they can come and get involved at the clubs.
Of course.
And the football clubs are fantastic, and the things they do anyway in their different communities is terrific.
Harry, you're an Arsenal fan, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's true. What's that supposed to mean?
And you're an Aston Villa fan?
I am indeed.
I mean, I can understand Arsenal. Aston Villa.
Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point. Exactly.
We're doing all right at the moment, thank you.
Why did you choose Aston Villa as a club to support?
It was the first team I went and watched play an FA Cup game against Bolton. And I sort of decided that we were close enough to Birmingham to allow me to support it. And I love the Bromwich supporters up there. They're a great bunch.
And you're also president of the FA as well now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's a great job.
That's a great job, yeah. Loads of free tickets.
They must be pretty desperate, wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, my footballing skills are not good. But it's a real privilege, actually, to be president of the FA. They're doing an awful lot of good for the young and for, like I was saying, about community-based programmes, things like that. And hopefully in the future get a bit more involved in them and support them as much as I can.
But the most important question, will you get a hand over the FA Cup?
If they let me anywhere near it, then yes, that's the plan. Yeah.
Well, it's the closest Aston Villa are going to get to it.
And Newcastle as well, I think.
Yes, that's true. And sir, do you have a team, or do you...
I'm not letting on about that one.
You stay impartial.
What can I do with this?
Exactly.
I know secretly, though, you're a massive Newcastle United fan.
Oh, well, exactly.
You must be.
He's got his Magpie shirt on underneath, actually. Wait for it.
Now, we know you three must be very competitive. You all play polo together. Team Highgrove.
Used to.
Used to play polo together.
He's decided that the pressure of playing with his two sons is too much. We're too good for him now. Got to give in somewhere.
Well, I was going to ask, sir, which one's the most competitive?
Just remember what you're saying here.
I don't know. Well, they're both. I mean, what can I say about this one? But I always thought I'd give up when they started to overtake me in handicap, which they very nearly are.
Right.
But actually, I didn't. It's awful having to give up because I love it. I played it for 40 years and broken various parts of my anatomy.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are very competitive. And I remember playing with them the last time I played with them in in a tournament. We really wanted to win. And I get this stuff, shouting at me, "You silly old father, get on with it," the usual thing. And I was trying too hard. That's right. But I was trying too hard, I remember doing it. I had to turn the pony very fast. And the next thing, the pony came down sideways, and I must have landed absolutely smack on my head. Anyway, it completely felled me. And I ended up being taken to hospital, where I finally woke up. Seemed a long time afterwards. Anyway, this person here told me later that he thought, when I was lying on the ground, that I was... He said, "Papa's just snoring," he said. And there I was, busily swallowing my tongue. Quietly dying. Remember, you told me that.
Very well.
Anyway, I was taken off in an ambulance. That was the last time I played with them. The pressure was too great, I think.
By the way, we won the game.
I was going to ask, did you win the game?
It's more fun playing against him, much more fun.
More fun playing against him?
Yeah, he reacts beautifully to a few elbows in the ribs and all that sort of stuff. So.
Imagine they try to kill me so they can walk off with my ponies. That's
and the rest.
It is great fun being able to play with them. That was the great thing. I did have some time playing with them.
Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Didn't quite have enough to make a team. But yeah.
And Harry, you recently went to Glasgow.
Yes.
And took part in the Get Into Cooking project. How did you find that?
It was quite good fun, actually. They had a bit of cooking, tried the food. He messed it all up. So usual story.
Did you do a bit of cooking yourself?
No.
Oh, did you
I think I put a guinea fowl in a frying pan. That was about it. That's all I was allowed to do. I just wanted to eat it all.
What they did to that? What are you talking about?
Well, you're a good
I'm hopeless. I've done a bit at university. When I was at university, I did a bit of cooking. Had to feed my flatmates, which is quite a hard work because a couple of them ate quite a lot. But I was never very good at it, no. But it's a important skill to master.
Yeah.
I've got a long way to go yet before I get anywhere near it.
Harry, you're not so good.
Well, better than him.
Well, all right, I see.
That could do with a bit of time on the Get Into Cooking project.
He certainly could. He's the worst cook you've ever met in your life.
But you, William, and Harry, your practical skills as well, obviously away at university and you had to learn to cook and look after yourself and, have you put up the odd shelf and changed the odd light bulb? Have you had to do that?
My DIY skills are appalling. They really are. Hence why my father won't let me anywhere near the house doing that sort of thing. But at university I put up a few shelves and sort of put in washing machines and stuff like that at home when I was up there. And most of the time things broke and fell down. So definitely nothing to go by there. Yeah. But it is, I think it is really important skills to learn. Everything today is so much more in moving on and advancing yourself and things like that. You forget all the essentials you need for life. And those are the sort of core essentials, all the basic skills. And I really think they're worthwhile, definitely. Just don't look at me for an example, though. Sort of
When we first came to London, we moved into a flat together. We lived in Fulham in a flat. And we moved in and we had a great time, but it was kind of the first time we'd been away from home, takeaways every night in front of the TV. And when we came to move out of the flat, there was this small cupboard in the middle of the kitchen that we couldn't open. We didn't know what it did. When we came to move out of the flat, they came around and did the inventory to check everything. And this woman came around with a big clipboard and she opened this and she went, dishwasher's okay? And we went, is that a dishwasher? We couldn't open it. Yeah. We just didn't know what it was.
So sweet watching them together, isn't it?
It's like a married couple.
So what really struck us earlier on is how peaceful it was this morning as well. It must be such a great sanctuary here as well.
It is a bit, yeah. It is. I mean, I've tried to create something that make it better. For later, I planted a lot of things.
And you've had this place now for 25 years?
26.
26 years. Wow.
A lot of worrying, really.
So these are the stables.
That used to be a pigsty.
Did it? That was a pigsty
Originally. But it was all rather abandoned when I first came here. Oh, thanks. It's cute. For you. Cute.
They are huge.
It's a long way to fall off.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You see how you injured yourself so many times now falling off these.
You guys ride at all?
No.
No, this is don't want to fall under.
You fancy that day?
It's a long way up for you, really, isn't it?
It's a long fall, isn't it, for us too?
I'm not sensitive about my height.
You're being very well behaved, aren't you? Very good, old boy. And I planted this one.
Is this a cherry blossom?
No, this is a magnolia.
Ah.
Which at this time of the year...
I was trying to look knowledgeable there.
Quite impressive.
Daffodil. Now, that's a daffodil, isn't it, sir?
That is a daffodil.
Yeah, I recognise that.
That I can remember, too.
I recognise those. Yeah. My mum's got some of those in the garden.
Those are forget-me-nots, do you remember?
Oh, really?
You must have had great fun growing up here and fantastic gardens.
It's quite fun having a tour like this because we're learning the first time where everything is. You don't normally know, you just sit and go, oh, I know where that is.
No, I think when you're small, they don't notice. You know, it's all part of the background.
Yeah.
It's only when you get a bit older.
Yeah. Probably another few 10, 15 years' time, I might take an interest here.
How many visitors do you have per year then?
25,000.
25,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's about the most you can manage.
It is good, though, that you can do all this and people can come and, like we were saying, get enjoyment out of it and have a look at it.
I mean, they don't get charged.
Before they leave.
Yeah.
And you know, it does actually make a remarkable amount of money for charity. And you see, the other thing is that once you've made somewhere that people want to come and see, then, for instance, I'm endlessly having auction prizes for people to come around the garden.
Yeah.
For all these different people who ask, you know, can you give something for an auction for all these different charities? So, you know, a lot of the time, the garden tours are the things that help raise money for them.
We just send them a signed DVD.
Well, that's just as good.
Yeah.
But this
into the front, yeah, yeah. Just like, hey guys.
Yeah. That's my garden.
Yeah, exactly.
This part of the garden, I think, is stunning, isn't it?
It's not quite right. I mean, you know, it hasn't come out yet. This is all
the fish.
time.
I think, aren't they?
Yes, as you can just smell the old bits of time. But eventually, later on, they all look a bit better now.
Yeah.
But in June, July, it can be wonderful because, you know, you get purples and mauves and whites and things. So it looks like a tapestry. These were here, but I've clipped them. They used to be just puddings, you know,
right.
And so we just clipped them into sort of rather eccentric shapes. See, that's a bird of eventually.
Oh, yeah.
You see.
Yeah, you see that shape now.
But Alison, come and have a seat.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What am I? There we are.
Cheers, thank you.
You may need it.
Yeah.
After this.
Nice sit down. This is beautiful.
Do you get to spend a lot of time here on your own and
not as much
as you'd like to?
But you know, I try.
Well, 25,000 people every year coming through here.
It's quite a lot.
It's amazing.
But I'm very lucky because we've got wonderful volunteer garden guides who are locals who come and help show people around. And they seem to enjoy that quite a lot.
Some of the stories are brilliant. Because all you can hear is someone who's got really sort of dominating, very loud voices.
Yeah.
So you're up in your bedroom, you're fast asleep, sort of, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning, first party goes round.
Only 9.
Well, yes, no. I won't actually go until what time I get up, but and all you can hear outside is, and look, and there's this great big sort of volley and all the applauding and everything. And you're looking out the window, going, oh my god! You think you're on sort of a theatre stage, you know? You open the window, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's very embarrassing.
Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Back in again.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll put some clothes on.
Well, thanks so much for showing us around and chatting to us today. And
very good of you to come all the way.
And here's to a great night.
Yes.
As well. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Cheers.
Well done.